What's going on, everybody? Alright, we're going to discuss the Vietnam North Korea summit. Now, as far as summits goes, it was a pretty good event. Kim Jong-un and President Trump got along. There was actually some very pivotal moments in this, even though it seems like nothing was accomplished. A great deal was accomplished. First off, just when it comes to the body language of Kim Jong-un, if you notice, this time he was much more willing, much more. He seemed a lot more comfortable this time around. Now, see, this is all strategic. This is all how it all goes down all the time. This is how you work your enemy, because North Korea, they have been enemies since the 50s. And before that, probably. But yeah, this is it's playing out perfectly, really, because if you know this time around, you actually saw Kim Jong-un take a question from a foreign reporter, which is something that never would have happened. So that's showing a sign of confidence. The more we boost this guy's confidence, see, a lot of people on the left make it seem like President Trump's being real weak or whatever because this guy's a horrible dictator. Yes, he is a horrible dictator. We all know this. We all know that they're responsible for numerous human rights violations and blah, blah, blah. Well, I hate to let everyone know, but every government has human rights violations. Governments kind of do a lot of shady things that we don't get to see as citizens. But all governments have done pretty horrible things. But one thing the media, I think, got wrong is when they specifically asked him, Kim Jong-un, about human rights violations. You don't do that. When you're sitting here trying to have a very sensitive negotiation, you don't lob out things, especially the media should know this. They should be smarter than that. You don't lob out things that could upset someone because right after this little press pool and they were all asking their questions, right after that they went and did their meeting, and the meeting didn't work out to anybody's favor. I think there were some bad feelings going on about some of the questions that the reporters were asking. That's just my take on things. I could be wrong, but I could be right. But certain media establishments are saying that this was a big loss. But you also have a lot of politicians from the left saying that, hey, this wasn't a loss. We didn't lose anything. A lot of people are actually praising the president for not jumping to conclusions and just trying to make some kind of deal. Well, that's not how deals work. You don't just... This is their second time ever really talking. And the first talk obviously did some well because there hasn't been a bunch of testing. I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of activity out of North Korea since the first talks. So that shows that the talks are working. They're going a pretty far way, I would say, compared to where we were in 2016, 2017 with North Korea, and where we're at now. We're in a lot better place. And we have nowhere to go really but up. Things will get better. I think there was a slight misunderstanding between the two parties that were involved, because North Korea is coming out and saying that, hey, we weren't trying to say we wanted all the sanctions taken off. We were just trying to say, could you lift some of them? Which I don't think we took like that. I think we took it as, hey, they're trying to get all these sanctions lifted, and they haven't shown us that they've destroyed their nuclear fissile sites or any of that, where they're making the stuff. I mean, I can get that. Sure, they destroyed one of their biggest. See, that's where Trump got them. They don't know how much information we have on what they do. They don't realize the sophistication of our networks that can look from space and tell what you got going on down there. Even some of the stuff underground, we can still spot some of it, not all of it, but some of it. And Kim Jong-un was like, well, we've already dismantled one of our biggest sites. And then the president came out and said, yeah, but what about the other two? And Kim Jong-un was visibly like, whoa, how did you know about those? Well, that's because we're America. We know about a lot. We know a little about a lot and a lot about a little. But yeah, you could see some discomfort on his face once he realized, hey, they know way more than we're leading them on to know. But this is it's another good step. It's a really good step, because whenever we can get the hermit freaking leader out of his country, and he can go around and see things, he can, especially with Vietnam. See, Vietnam was a pivotal spot to take him, because it's under communist control. It's got a communist leader and all that. They still go by a lot of communist doctrine and all that. I wouldn't want it. But they're starting to bring more capitalism into their economy, and their economy's booming because of it. Vietnam has a very, very, like, one of the fastest growing economies right now. They're doing really good. And bringing them there, Kim Jong-un, he gets to see that, hey, I can still control the masses, which inevitably that's what he wants. He wants to be the supreme leader forever until he dies. That's kind of how the Koreans have been doing things, or the North Koreans. But yeah, he got to see that, hey, I can probably stop being such an ass to the international community, and I could turn my country into this. We could be prosperous. We won't have people starving in the streets all the time, people trying to defect all the time because they'll have what they need at home. And just when it comes to natural resources, North Korea is full of them. I mean, it's like untouched virgin lands. There's mineral deposits and all kinds of good stuff that if they were willing to open up to the international community and willing to play along with better rules than any rules, because they've really been under no rules since the 50s, then things would open up for his country. Things would get a lot better for his people. He could take that and boost our economy and be seen as such a great win for, they're all about propaganda over there. So if he were to get any type of deal to where sanctions are being lifted, all it would do is benefit him in the long run. His people would see him as even stronger of a leader. And it would benefit the whole world. If we could just get him to stop making fuel for nuclear bombs, if he would just dismantle those sites, man, that'd be a heck of a step for North Korea. They could get a lot more than they even think they could. But all good things come in time. And it's not going to be 1, 2, probably not 3 or 4 meetings that get something really happening set in stone. It could, who knows? It could take a long, long time. This could be just the beginning of years and years of diplomacy that needs to happen in order to make the situation unfold the way the world needs it to unfold, which is a denuclearized North Korea. But we'll see. We got years worth of negotiating to do on this subject, probably. But negotiations are a good thing. As long as they're being had, it's a positive step in the right direction. But as always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all take care now.